Getting in shape for the opposite gender. I want to share my story of how that happened with me 10 years ago. Because I see a lot of men and women getting in shape and thinking, oh, yeah, that's going to attract the one that I want. And who cares? If you work out and train your body, your mind is going to automatically follow. And I want to say that's not necessarily true. In 2015, I felt like I was in the best shape of my life. I was working out a lot, swimming, doing martial arts competitions. And yeah, I said to myself, no, you know what? This is it, bro. I'm going to train my body so I look ripped to the gills. That was the culture back then. Be ripped to the gills. That's what they used to say. And jacked and look good for women. And, the mind will follow automatically. And it is not true at all. After 10 years of reflection, you really gotta, make that intention clear at the very beginning that I'm doing this for myself. Because if you do it with the intention of, I just want to look good, what happened to me is I did attract women, in my case, but they weren't the right type of women. And they would say things like, oh, you look so handsome now. And, the flirtatious game, this, that, and the other. But I didn't feel right because I was still me at the heart. And I think me at the heart is kind of being a little chubby. And that's just the way it is. That's how I was kind of raised. I was raised as a chubby kid. And I'm not saying like, getting in shape is a bad thing. Of course not. I encourage it. I think everybody should. I think in your 30s, it's kind of difficult, to find time, right? That's the struggle that I'm going through. It's like, oh, you got to find time. But getting back to the point, I started attracting the wrong women. And I was like, this is not right, and they were married women and women in relationships. And I was like, this is not what I expected. So the same could happen to you, where your mind doesn't necessarily follow the body when it comes to that intention, that specific intention of, I want to look good for the opposite gender. I just wanted to put it out there. That's not the case. You have to do it for your own well-being and your own mental strength. And physically, yes, if you train your body, your mind will follow, but only if you do it for yourself.